Airbnb, I think Mark and Jason actually said in the last talk that was like the worst idea that ever worked. And it really probably was the worst idea. I mean, people thought we were crazy. I remember telling people about the idea, and I remember actually telling Paul Graham, I said, we have this idea, in our interview, we said, we have this idea, it's called Airbnb. He goes, people actually doing this? I go, yeah. His follow-up question was, what's wrong with them? So I knew the interview wasn't going well. And in the interview, at the end of the interview, Paul Graham, I think, wasn't going to accept us. But we told him this story of how he funded the company, and here's how it goes. We were introduced, Michael Seibel, who I think is a partner of Y Combinator, a lot of people know, introduced me and Joe to like 15 investors in the Valley, including some of the ones that have been here. And all of them like said no to the company. They could have bought 10% of the company for like $100,000, $150,000. They all said no. They thought it was a crazy idea. No one would ever stay in someone's home. So we ended up just funding the company with credit cards. And you know those binders kids used to put baseball cards in? So we put credit cards in those because we had to put them all somewhere. That's how many credit cards we had. And we were completely in debt. And in the fall of 2008, we provided housing for the Democratic and Republican National Convention. And we had this weird, crazy idea because we weren't really selling a lot of homes. Basically, Airbnb launched, and a year after we launched, I think we had 100 people a day visiting our website, and we had like 2 bookings. Which is generally bad. It's kind of like releasing a song, and a year later, like 3 people listen to it every day. Like, it's probably not going to be a very popular song. So, but I believed in it, and Joe and Nate believed in it. But, and so we were completely in debt. We don't know what to do. And so we get this idea. Well, we're Air Bed and Breakfast. We're providing housing for the Democratic and Republican National Conventions. What if we made like a collectible breakfast cereal for like the Democratic National Convention? And we came up with this Barack Obama themed cereal. We called it Obama O's, the breakfast of change. And then we came up with a Republican themed cereal for John McCain. We found out he was a captain of the Navy, so we came up with Captain McCain's, a maverick in every bite. And we had $0, and without any money, we were able to. We tried to call like General Mills, and they told us to like stop calling them, or they're getting restraining orders. So that didn't work. But we found a local alumni of RISD. He made 1,000 boxes of cereal for us, and we ended up sending them to press. And eventually, within a week, we got on national television, national news. We made $40,000 selling breakfast cereal. And the year 2008, we made $5,000 from our website, and we made $40,000 selling the breakfast cereal. And I remember my mom asking, so are you a cereal company now? And that wasn't the bad part. The bad part was the honest answer, which was, well, 80%. Yeah, technically yes.
Technically yes.
So, but the reason I tell that is our second core value is to be a serial entrepreneur. I'm sorry for the cheesy pun. I'm sorry. But be a serial entrepreneur. And what we really mean is that we believe constraints bring out creativity. And when you raise like $800 million, suddenly all that scrappiness, it's easy to lose that scrappiness. It's easier for people to tell you, I just need like this $50,000 contract, or I need this, or I need that. And whenever somebody is just being a little bit not like frugal and not being creative, or they tell me they can't do something, I'll just take a box of cereal, and like even just the suggestion of Obama knows they need to be scrappy and frugal. And so again, a lot of the founding DNA of your company becomes these values, these principles. And so everyone knows if you don't give a crap, you shouldn't be here. And it doesn't mean you have to give a crap, it just means you have to be here. And you also have to be creative. It'd be like kind of like an entrepreneur that's super scrappy. And these are some of the values we learned.
Cool.